remember. I don't remember the day. But that day, she started screaming, saying that he raped her in the elevator and everything, and that he assaulted her. So, the white people in, what was the other town next over to Greenwood?
Tulsa?
Tulsa, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, the people in Tulsa, wait, hold on. Greenwood is the predominant black neighborhood, remember? Right? Okay. I had to get my towns right.
You good. You already earned your free prize. We're going to hook you up afterwards. Let me know. You might get two because you're also clicking the slides. Okay? Anyone else have a little bit they want to add to that?
Devon, children, check your bags, your conference bags, there's pins in those. Ms. Veronica said there were pins in them, so there was not. Did you see that? Very much.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll keep checking them. Just keep moving. Here's two right here. I'm going to try to find some pins.
Is this being used? Can I give this out? Can I give this out?
We didn't go down without a fight. We did it. But we would have won, but then they came to our plan and mom was late. And that's the only way.
There it is. All right, maybe one more person, and then we'll keep it going. I see you in front.
So Black Wall Street was, I'd say like not entrepreneurship, but most of the people who were working there were self-owners. So like it was black businesses. So when they were looking for the guy, they were just like fully people out and they just burned the whole town looking for him. But Tulsa is in Oklahoma.
Correct.
And then I think that was about it.
There it is. Yeah, so those three people, y'all, 1, 2, and then Mariah, you wait. I need you to put some slides. Feel free to come up here and one thing that you want me to take. All right, y'all see one thing to take. Okay. Now, hit it. Mariah, next slide for me, please.
All right. Really? They didn't work right. Jesus.
All right, so what's the theme of today's conference? Black excellence, more than a trend, right? So when we think about black wealth, when we think about black excellence, just know we've been doing this for over 3,000 years. But specifically in America, we were living the black wealth lifestyle in 1897. Okay, this is more than a trend. What we want to do through this workshop is make sure that y'all are getting the tools and information you need to bring back this culture again today. All right? So, I'm going to start off in 1838. Who knows what the Trail of Tears is? Educate me. You got the main bullet point. So Trail of Tears was the indigenous or Native American population being forced from the East Coast, right, the original 13 colonies, and we pushed them all the way out to Oklahoma on the Trail of Tears. All right, we learned that in U.S. history, right? What we don't learn all the time is that with them, there were black people, right? There were Africans with them that were freed and enslaved in the Native American population. So on that trail, we see thousands of Africans, thousands of enslaved Africans go to Oklahoma with them. In 1866, there was a treaty signed that freed all the slaves in Indian territories. Okay? What was signed in 1864? Go ahead. Who said it? Yeah, show off real quick. One more time. Yes, the Emancipation Proclamation in 1864 was signed, and that did what? That freed the slaves, right? But it only freed the enslaved Africans that were currently in U.S. territories, right? So for 2 years, all the enslaved Africans that were in indigenous territories were still legally in bondage, right? But 1866, they're finally freed, and then in 1898, we see this visionary by the name of Edwin McCabe. Mariah, hit the slide for me. So Edwin McCabe, He was one of the first black politicians in the western side of the United States. He was a booster, and he was a visionary. And what he said was his dream, his vision, was to have Oklahoma be the first all-black state. Okay? Now, Rich is like, okay, everyone. All right. So why do you think I have the Instagram logo next to Edwin McKay? Louder? Because he made Instagram. Not quite. That would be dope. That would be dope. This is 1898. All right? Go ahead.
Just a small guess. Did he make like contributions to the camera?
Made contributions to the camera. Okay. Nice one. I like where your mind's going. So, who knows what a booster does? Right, they advertise, they boost. Just like on Instagram or on Facebook, when you want to advertise something, you boost the post, right? So Edwin King was a booster, which means he was spreading the message of come to Tulsa, come to Oklahoma. If you're from Texas, if you're from Mississippi, Alabama, come to Oklahoma where you can live the American black dream, right? Because his dream was, I want an all-black state. So Instagram, because he was, in my opinion, in 1898, he was an influence. All right. Before Instagram, he was sending newspapers and horses and cowboys over there to get the notification out there to people to come to Oklahoma. And although he wasn't 100% successful in an all-black state, bless you, at one point Oklahoma did have the most all-black towns in the entire country. Both. You clap that. You have Perry, Oklahoma, Boley, Oklahoma, and of course Greenwood or Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. Well, hit it for me, please. All right, scholar highlight time. Who would like to stand up, introduce themselves? I got you. Introduce themselves, say your name, hometown, dream college, and if you knew you could not fail, what business would you want to start? Go ahead in the back.
Okay, so I'm Ariana. My hometown is Fresno, California. My dream college, which I just got accepted to, is LSU.
Hey, let's go! Let's go!
If I knew I could not fail, I would start a bakery.
A bakery. Let's go. Okay, congrats. Congrats. When you're ready, the prize table is calling your name. Okay. Oh, go ahead. I got one more. One more.
My name is Gregory Garrett Jr. I'm from Fresno, California, and my dream college is UC Berkeley. I actually applied. I'm just waiting for answer back, so that's going to take like, I don't know. It said March, but I don't think it's going to be March. But if I could not fail and I could make any business I want, I'd probably choose a graphical design business.
Beautiful. Graphic design. Let's go. Let's go. Prize table with your name on it, all right? So you got your hands up. Hold it. We got 2 more times where this is going to come up. Okay, so stay ready. Go real quick. All right, real quick. All right. Hit it for me, please, Mariah. So getting back to the slides. 1905, we see O.W. Gurley, who bought 40 acres in Tulsa, right, in the northern district. It was like real barren land. Nothing was there. Nobody wanted it. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to get these 40 acres because I got a vision. All right, we're going to learn about his vision a little bit later. In 1907, Oklahoma becomes a state. And this is important because before 1907, who did Oklahoma belong to? Right? So who was forced to go there? The Indians. So Oklahoma was Indian territory. It belonged to the 5 civilized tribes. All the rules of the civilized tribes were there, right? Nothing to do with the United States. So once we were free in 1866, we were a citizen of the tribal nations. We can own land. We can have businesses. We can marry into tribes. It was like almost equal citizenship outside of the United States, okay? Now, 1907, it becomes a U.S. state. It's no longer belonging to the Native Americans or the indigenous. What do you think changes? I heard equality. I heard, So what do y'all think changes? From an Indian or a Native American indigenous territory to a United state, what's the difference? Oh, go ahead. Someone say. Go ahead, and then I'll go here second.
This is hard, like, get the hell out.
Okay. Colonization, in what way? What does that mean to you when you say colonization? Just so we're all on the same page. Gentrification, yep. One more. that's basically what happened. But that one, that's the main one. Segregation happened. Y'all ever heard of like Jim Crow laws? Right? So that's what they enforced immediately. 1907, the first official policy that the United States did in Oklahoma was segregation. If you're black, if you're indigenous, if you're any type of color, you are over here in this section of land. You can only buy here. You can't use the businesses over here. You can't go to the schools over here. You can't dance over here. You can't do anything over here. You have to stay in this section. Okay? That's what happened. Now, if we can't buy Nikes, if we can't have an Apple computer, if we can't, let's see, what else is there? Have Gucci or True Religion, what's our only option? To make your own, to make for yourself. And that's exactly what happened in Greenwood, right? So we couldn't go to the restaurants, we couldn't go to the movies, but I still like movies. I still want to shop, right? I'm not just gonna stop doing that stuff. So now I start forcefully spending my own money in my own community. And that's how Greenwood was able to build up. Mariah, hit the slide for me. Give a clap for Mariah. Okay, so O.W. Gurley. Before I get into it, who knows who O.W. Gurley is? Yeah? You should have shot. No, I'm good. So, O.W. Gurley was an educator. He served as a principal in the Perry, Oklahoma high school. He was an entrepreneur. Him and his wife started a general store in Perry, Oklahoma. And when he heard about the oil fields being pumped up in Tulsa, when he heard about the millions of dollars being made in Tulsa, Oklahoma, he packed up his whole family, stopped his business in Perry, and traveled all the way to Tulsa and bought the 40 acres of land in Greenwood. Okay? And his vision was, I'm only going to sell this land to black families and black businesses, and we're going to build a town. 100 years later, we're still talking about the town that he built, J.B. Stratford built, and some other entrepreneurs came together. We're still talking about Black Wall Street today. We're still talking about Greenwood today. So one of the questions I have for you is 100 years from now, what are they going to be talking about that you built? All right, I know y'all got ideas. We got bakeries. We got graphic design companies. Who else has a business idea? Right? 100 years from now, 100 years from now, whose businesses they're going to be talking about? Ours? Say it louder. Ours. Let's go. All right. Next one, please. I think this is another scholar pie. Right here. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Sapphire. I am from Fresno, California. My dream college is Howard University. And if I was to open a business that I could not fail, it would actually be a law firm for criminal defense.
Oh, hold on. I got one here, and I'll go one more. I'll go here. I got you next round.
My name is Wesley. My hometown is Fresno, California. My dream college is. And if I had a business, if I could make a business and I could not fail, I would make a whole business just like that.
Love it. Take the table. Fresno up in here. Okay, I gotta stay away from this second. This all Fresno right here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna go back there next time. Hit it for me, please, Mariah. Okay, so question for you: what made Black Wall Street successful? Right here.
Their businesses, their movie theaters, their doctor's offices. Well, they had one theater. They had 100 schools. They had a doctor's office. They had hospitals. They basically just had everything.
So what made them successful is they had everything they needed, right? They were a self-sustaining community. They had 2 high schools in there. They had a hospital in there. They had the Williams Greenland movie theater in there. Everything that you could need was right there in that town, right? Thank you. Maybe one more person. What do you think made Black Wall Street successful? Right here. Facts. Them coming together as a community. They could have easily been like, oh, you're coming to Tulsa, you have no money? That's too bad for you, right? But instead, they brought people in. They let you stay in their boarding house for free. They lend you money to start your business. It was a real community, right? Who knows what the phrase Ubuntu means? Oh, go ahead.
But I am who we are.
One more time, in case they didn't hear.
I am because we are.
I am because we are, right? I can only exist if you exist. You can only exist if he exists, right? Ubuntu. Love it. Thank you. Hit it forward, please, Mariah. So, these are 3 reasons why we think Black Wall Street was successful. Number 1, there was a big oil boom in around 1907 all the way through 1913. This helped really build up a foundation economy to where millionaires were being built because they owned the land. And they needed people to work on the land to pump out the oil. Now, I have extra money because I've been working in the oil fields all day. I want to feel good. I'm going to go out, hit the town. I'm going to buy some clothes. I'm going to, have some fun, all that stuff. So now other businesses are able to start off because I have extra money to spend. But it all started with a foundation economy. What is the natural resource that we have access to that we can monetize? Is this the culture? Right? The natural resource. What natural resources do you have within you? What did he talk about earlier? Shape? What does shape stand for again?
Spiritual guidance, heart, ability, personality, experience.
Exactly. Experience, personality, and ability. These are all your natural resources right here. These are all your natural resources. Me, I used to get in so much trouble talking as a kid. Y'all can see it? Yeah. I would be elementary school, middle school, high school, I'm talking. I was getting straight A's, but all like the AUUs or ASS because my behavior was bad apparently. But now I get paid to speak, right? So think about what are some natural resources that you have, things that you either love to do or maybe things that you get in trouble for now that we can pivot into a business idea for you. We can pivot into a business for you, right? I see a hand, question, yes.
Yeah, so when Oklahoma became a state and was under like the jurisdiction of the United States, did they have any control on how much of the oil they could use? And if they could use it like just in the community, if they had to share with other cities in the state?
Great question. I don't know the policy specifically on oil, but I do know some folks were forced to sell their land. Right? So if you were an indigenous population or if you were African American, you owned land, they were like, that's a nice land you got there. We're the United States government. I'm gonna need that land. Right? Or have y'all heard of Manifest Destiny?
Yeah.
So the terrible thing about Manifest Destiny is as Americans were going across the western side of America, right? They were claiming land that already belonged to other people. But the government backed them when they claimed that land, right? So no, they didn't say anything specific to oil as far as my research, but they did claim that land, bro. And if you own the land, you own the mineral rights and everything underneath it. Oh, y'all doing some remixes stuff over there. Okay. Number 2 on the list is 300 days. The money in Greenwood circulated in the community for 300 days. No Instagram, no TikTok, no PayPal, no internet. But somehow they're able to keep the money in their community for almost an entire year. Today, the black dollar doesn't stay in the community longer than 7 hours. Right? What day do y'all typically get paid? Friday, but what's the date? The 1st and the 15th, right? So you go to sleep. You go to sleep on the 1st at 11:59. That direct deposit hits. Right at 12. That direct deposit hits, right? By the time you wake up and you go to first period, that money's already gone. That's crazy. Right? You purchase Amazon, you got you some Gucci, you got you some Jordans, some True Religions, all that stuff. No shade to it. But how can we think about, okay, how can I spend $2 before I wake up in the black community? Right? How can I spend $100 this month within the black community? Right? Maybe I can buy some baked goods. Maybe I can get my graphics designed by somebody. Maybe I can buy my glasses from somebody, a purse, whatever it is. There's going to be over 50 businesses right here in this community. In this room, there's over 50 business ideas and potential businesses. I think you can find one to support. Right? I know Fred, I know y'all can support each other. Right. Next one for me, please. And then last last one is support. I would not be able to have made the board game if I didn't have one, my queen. Hey, queen. How you doing, girl? All right, so one, wouldn't be able to do it without the queen. But number two, I also had a friend who was in graphic design, and he helped me design the board game, the logo, all that behind it. I tried to draw, it didn't work. It didn't work, y'all, right? So not only do we need financial support from people, but in this room are your potential business partners. Maybe you're really good at business. Maybe you're really good at fashion, but you don't really know about graphic design. You don't really know about advertising. You're not too good with the calculus of money. That's fine. Everybody can have a role, right? So as you're looking around, as you're on that bus ride home, as you're on, I don't know if you're taking a flight, bus, van, bus.
Train.
Either way, you got some hours.
Train and a bus. Train and a bus.
Unless you're inside, you got some hours. So how can you start networking with people and figure out how can we build this together, okay? Ryan came up from the Senator. Cool. So what we did was, again, we built a board game, and what we did was we put the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street on this board. So when you go home and you have game night tonight or next week, you're going to go through, and on the board are real businesses from Tulsa Black Wall Street. Williams Dreamland Theater, Booker T. Washington High School, Uncle Steve's Barbershop, Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon. All those businesses are on. All those businesses are on the game. So as you're going around, you're learning about real history. But someone said it's like Monopoly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Monopoly, except a few main things. One, these are businesses, right? When you're going around Monopoly, it's real estate. So in this game, you're really playing as an entrepreneur. And the idea is once you land on Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon, you have two choices. You can be a customer, get your hair relocked, rebraided, you know what I'm saying, do your thing, just straighten all that stuff. Or you can pay a little bit extra, and now you own Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon as a sole proprietor. So next time someone wants to get their hair done, they pay you. You own it as a sole proprietor. You can invest some more money in your business to make it an LLC, limited liability company. And then once you own all the barbershops, all the grocery stores, all the high schools on the board, right, all of individual markets, you now can start making corporations. All right? So the concept is we want to teach you, okay, let's build this business up. Let's make this $1 million. Let's make this empire within a certain market. Cool? All right. Okay, for me, right. Cool. So definitely support us. Connect with us on Instagram so you can learn more. The second half of this, what time is it? Second half of this, we're going through the 7 steps to launch specifically, right? But if you want more information, if for some reason we don't answer your question, make sure you follow us on Instagram so that we can get back to you, okay? 11:51, we got 15 minutes. Cool, let's hit it. I'm gonna go rapid fire. Ooh, but do y'all want to learn about Mansa Musa? Okay, so really quick, Mansa Musa is still to this day the wealthiest person to ever walk this planet, right? Because we're more than a trend. We've been doing this for hundreds, thousands of years. Black wealth is nothing new. So Mansa Musa, he inherited the land of Mali, the kingdom of Mali, from his uncle, Mansa Abubakar. Abubakar, he left Mali, he was an explorer. He was like, you know what? That ocean looks cool. But I feel like there's something at the end of that ocean. Right? He was in Africa, he was like, I gotta see what's up with that. So he left on a boat with 300 boats all full of gold, and he just hit the ocean. Had no idea where he was going. In the middle of the ocean, there's this Atlantic current, and it takes you, and everyone thought it was a river. And everyone thought they had disappeared. One boat came back, and they're like, they're gone. I don't know where Abubakar is. I don't know what to do. So Mansa Musa, he took over the kingdom. But legend says that that river, that current, goes all the way to South America. And have y'all seen like the pyramids and the Olmecs, and like there's a real African kind of culture in South America? The legend says that Mansa Abubakar landed there and built another empire in South America. Okay? But to Mansa Musa, he built up the kingdom of Mali in 1312, and he really was known for modernizing. Have y'all heard of Timbuktu? Mm-hmm. He was able to really build up the temples of Timbuktu and build trade routes all throughout Western Ghana, Mali, Senegal, Gao, Timbuktu, and the Western Hemisphere, the western side of Africa. right? So he really literally put Africa on the map because now people from Europe, from China, from the Middle East, they were all coming to Ghana, all coming to Mali to do trade, to get silk, to get gold, to get salt, all that stuff, okay? So again, one of the wealthiest or the wealthiest person to ever walk this planet, worth over $400 billion. And that's just the gold. That's not the art, that's not the fashion, that's not the land, the real estate, that's just gold. 400 billion. What happened one generation after Mansa Musa died?
The kingdom of Mali.
See, slavery, I hear murmurs. I'll give it to you. All his wealth was gone. Within one generation, all his wealth no longer belonged to his family because he did not have a plan to pass down that wealth. Right? Have y'all heard of trusts? Have you heard of wills? Right? You need a plan for your wealth. Your grandma, your parents, they need a plan for your wealth. That way you don't have to go to probate court to get the house you grew up in. All right? Have y'all heard of probate court?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Question. One more time. Power vacuum was left? Oh, yes. A power vacuum was left. Exactly. Hit it for me, please, Mariah. All right, Scholar Hot. Oh, yeah, y'all ready. I feel like I said the person that was, it was one. Let's get one over here. Got it here? Two. 1, 2, glasses, 3. Front row. 4. Thanks for having her back. Just give them the front row. Go ahead.
My name is Kirsten. My dream color is Oregon. I have a business. Shoes right here.
Shoes, let's go. Come on up, Christian. Come on up, Christian. Okay. I said 1, 2's on that side. Yep. And then 3 was, you were 4. You were 4. Go ahead. I got you 5.
Hi, my name's Kiara. My hometown is Redmond, California. My dream college is UCLA. And if I couldn't fail, I would go to a hospital.
Hospital, we need that. Come up to the front. Who was number 3? Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Nika. I'm from Tracy. My dream college is UC San Diego. And if I were to have a business, I would be a social media director.
Social media director. Let's go. Come up to the front. All right, now moving. Yeah, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Zuriana Butane. I'm from Fresno. And my dream college is UC Berkeley. My business, I want to own a black hair store because in Fresno, we're all Asian, and I really don't understand why. And I feel like I don't really want to see like black people own a black hair store, and you feel like more comfortable because Asian ladies yell at me.
No, they be still walking.
Yeah.
Hey, give it up for number 5. I didn't forget about you. Go ahead. No? You got it. Come up to the front. Come on up to the front. I saw a hand over there. That'll be the last one. There'll be another chance at the end, though. Yep, go ahead.
My name is I'm from Fresno, California. My dream college is UC Santa Barbara. If I were to make a business, I'll make a fried fish food truck.
Okay, so next few slides, we're literally going to walk through how you can make your business a reality. Okay? I can't say less. If I say less, you're not going to get the information. Okay. All right, but I want you to take notes, ask questions all throughout. Okay? Y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's go, Queen. Damn. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, cool. Go right ahead for me, please. All right, so I already know most of your business ideas. Let's save some time on that when it gets to the info. One more time, Mariah. These are the 7 steps. Okay? You don't necessarily have to write them all down right now because the next few slides we're going to go through each one of them individually. Okay? I just like to tease it out. Boom, do the 7 steps. You want to take a picture, all that stuff. We're going to go through the 7 right now. Next one, please, for me. So, number 1, it's going to come up again. Everything's a cycle. It's going to come back. Right? We're not a trend. Everything's coming. It's going to be the last slide. Number 1, define the problem. Right? So the problem that you defined up here was there's not enough black-owned hair salons, and they don't treat us with respect when they're not black-owned. Right? The problem is we have health disparities in the black community, so we need hospitals, we need self-care centers. Right? So what is the problem that you want to solve? This can be something that you experience directly. This can be something that you love to just do. Right? Graphic design. There's not enough Afrocentric designs out there in the market, so I want to make those. Right? Problem, big or small, that you want to solve. For us, the problem was students didn't know about Tulsa Black Wall Street. All right, so how can we make something fun that teaches you about that history? Any questions about number 1? Define the problem. Next one for me, please. Number 2, what is your uniqueness? Your unique perspective, your gift, your experience, your ability, your personality, right? I love what he was talking about shape. It folded right in. I didn't even know. It worked perfect. So for me, growing up, I love video games, Pokemon, Digimon, Dominoes, Monopoly, Beyblades, all that stuff. Beyblades? Listen. Hey, I didn't know that was so good. So Beyblades. But also, again, I love to talk. So I was figuring, how can I take all these gifts that I have, all these things that I love to do, and monetize it into a business? Okay, so for you, what is your uniqueness? What's your personality? What are things that you love to do, or what's your perspective? Right? Black woman, black man, multiracial. I'm from Fresno. I'm from Oakland. I'm from Tracy. What are perspective, experiences that you have that can inform your business and inform your brain? Okay? Next one, please. Questions so far? Y'all good? Okay, number 3, you need your audience. You need your customer. Who are the people that have the problem that you want to solve? Okay, who thinks they know who their customer is? Go ahead. Louder? Athletes. What type of athlete? I don't get it. What's your business, if you don't mind me asking? You're going to be an athletic trainer. Okay. So I would say there's going to be your main population, and then have y'all heard the word niche? Yeah? What does niche mean? Specific to a certain demographic, right? So athlete is the broad market. Jumping athletes may be a more niche market because you jump in a lot of different sports, but it's a certain ability, it's a certain type of training that you're going to need to be able to jump, right? So this little nugget there, right? There's going to be the main market, and then I need you to niche it down one more demographic to make it a little bit more specific. That's what the money is too, right? You can be a surgeon, or you can be a brain surgeon, right? Different levels of money. So what is your audience? Next one for me, please. Number 4. Now, you're going to take the first 3 things that you did, the problem, your uniqueness, and your audience, and you're going to figure out what is the best product or the best service that they need. So for us, the problem, let's teach more people about Black Wall Street. The uniqueness, I like games. The audience was Black families. So for me, Black families get together around games. Spades, dominoes, Monopoly. Sometimes there's a little bit of violence, but there's always a good, right? So for us, it was like, cool, we're going to make a game. For you, figure out what is that product, what is that service. Anyone have one that they want to share? Are you fixing your hair? You raising your hand? Okay. Go ahead.
So my product or service would be to like pair mainly middle school and high school Black students with a mental health professional or a psychologist or therapist, since like mental health and like emotional health are kind of like undermined or overlooked within the Black community.
Love it. So the audience is who?
High school, middle school students, Black students.
And then the niche audience is who? You said a key word. You already said it. Mental health.
Oh, mental health.
Right? So there's everybody in high school, middle school. You actually have 2 niche markets. there's the black student,
and then mental health.
and the mental health. All right, well done. Well done. Anyone else want to go? Their product or service? Like, no, you got too many questions, bro. Okay, next one. Number 5. Create your MVP. MVP, minimum viable product. Okay, this is how quickly can you make your product, your service, as real as possible for as cheap as possible. Okay, this isn't supposed to be a final draft. This isn't supposed to take all the money in the world. Our MVP, I don't know if you can see it, top left-hand corner. The first ever edition that we made of this beautiful, amazing game was on a cardboard box in Grandma's house. Right? I'll add cardboard box with U-Haul box that we had just moved. Right? Marker made the cards on a PowerPoint presentation, used thumbtacks and a set of dice. That was the first edition. We were like, okay, yeah, this can work. Then from there, we made the top right-hand corner that you see. That was a $20 printout at Walmart. Cardboard box, send the printout to Walmart, cut it out, glue it on top, same dice, same thumbtacks. Right? Then we went to the prototype, then we started spending some money. First edition, second edition, and now we're on the masterpiece edition of the game. All right? So your MVP is not going to be your final product. This is how can I make it as real as possible for as cheap as possible, just so I know I can do this. That's all it's for. Question?
Can you restate the acronym?
Yes. MVP, minimum viable product. All right? It is like your first rough draft. Okay? Not your first draft. Your first draft is like your prototype. This is your first rough draft. Cool? Who has an idea of what their MVP could be? Who has an idea? Go ahead.
If it's more so like hair or nails, it's kind of like just people that you have around that you practice on.
Boom. So if you have a service, right? Hair and nails, self-care, I do fashion wardrobe, whatever it is, how can you start with doing your family? Right? Whether it's for free or they family love you like that, they may go ahead and slide you something. But how can you start proving that I can do what I want to do? Right? Step after that would be, maybe a discount, right? The queen calls it the beta test, right? How can I get people maybe at a discount, 50% off, 40% off, take some pictures, put it on the gram, let people know I can do what I can do. And then third step is going to be you're paying full price. I'm real, okay? You see the pictures. Go ahead, pay full price. Number 6. Yeah, no more discount. Number 6 is now I need you to pick a business model. So number 5, you have your service, you have your product, but you're not really sure how you're going to make money yet, right? So now this is your business model. These are the 5 proven and successful business models. There are more out there, but these are the 5 proven ones over time. Number 1 is business to customer. This is you walk into my hair salon. What do you need? Okay, you need to get relocked up. Cool, sit down. Thank you. That'll be $100. Cool, you're on your way. I'm a business. They're a customer. It's one-to-one. All right, this can be online. This can be on Instagram. But at the end of the day, it's me selling to one person. Good? Business to customer. Number 2 is business to business. This means I'm selling my product or my service to a larger entity. UC Davis, they're like, hey, Devon, we want you to come out, give a speech to our graduating students, or we want you to come talk to our business school. Beautiful. I'm a business. UC Davis is a business. We're engaging with each other, business to business. Okay? That's good. Number 3, subscription. Who has an idea of what's a subscription business? Netflix. Why is Netflix a subscription? You have to pay to use their service every single month. It doesn't matter how much Netflix you use, it's going to be the same price every single month. That's subscription, right? So Hulu, Netflix, YouTube Red or YouTube Premium, cable, all that stuff, your phone bills, all that stuff, you're paying usually the same unless you go over on data. Unless you roam it. You're going to pay the same price every single month for that service. Number 4, freemium. This means you give some stuff away for free, like YouTube, right? You can use YouTube for free, but you got to watch some ads. Them ads, right? But if you don't want ads, you can pay the premium price and now you don't watch ads. And you can download the music, download the videos. For most of us, we stay over here, right? But there's some people that pay the premium, and now YouTube's making money off of them not wanting the ads. Okay, so how can you have a premium business model? How can you give some of your products, some of your services for free, but if people want the really, really good experience, they pay a little bit more and they get that premium experience. Okay? Last one, user generated. What do you think that means? Or what's an example of user generated?
Based on whatever your product is, the user, the one that wants the product kind of makes it, and makes it, and then kind of wants it kind of made for their concept, I guess.
Good idea. Say it louder one more time, especially that last part.
So basically, like a user or a customer who's using your product and like makes it up or makes a concept for it, and then once it's all said and done and then picks out stuff, it kind of goes to you and they make out, and then you make the actual product.
There it is. So your customer starts it off, and then at the end of the day, you finish it. That's one concept. Over there, I saw your hand up.
I was thinking like an example. So I guess the example would be Photoshop or Adobe for like after you, it's just the thing. It's a thing that customers can use to make their own thing.
Oh, that's another one. So you give the platform, and the customer, they can make whatever they want to make, right? So the most direct example that I have for user-generated is Instagram. Right? Who posts on Instagram? Raise your hand. Who's a user of Instagram? Raise your hand. Who would use Instagram if only the founder of Instagram could post on it? It has no value without you. Right? That's user-generated. When the business itself has no value without the users, it is a user-generated model. TikTok, Twitter, almost all of social media are user-generated models because without the users, they don't have the valuation. They don't have the money they need, right? Is this a question or go ahead?
Would Uber also then be a user generated?
Uber can be considered user-generated. Airbnb can be considered user-generated. Without the Airbnb users, the homes, Airbnb got no hotels, they got no real estate, right? There's no value without the users, right? So this is good for a lot of technology-based companies, a lot of internet-based companies. They are user-generated. It's a fast way to scale, and the overhead is low, but you need a good marketing strategy, okay? Last one, number 7. Thank you.
Did it really not just turn? There you go.
It was good action, though. I saw you. Last one is I want you to name your brand, name your business. Okay? Why do you think I have this as number 7? At the last thing, say it loud, and then I got you there.
Oh, sorry. It's like an introduction paragraph. Like you always write it last.
Oh, interesting. Who's the English teacher in here? Y'all proud? You got one. It's about 2. Okay. Up here?
No, I was about to say, I was going to say you have to make the product first and think of the product.
Exactly. You'd be surprised how many people start the brand off by naming the brand, but they really have no idea what they're selling yet. And y'all laughing at me basically because I did this. I'm real with y'all. This is what we did, right? We named our business in 2016. Before we really knew what we were doing, before we had any products, we named the business. It's called True Health Forever. We were about that health. I saw people. We were about health for the black community. The first product that we actually made was supporting economic health, and that was Black Wall Street, the board game. Black Wall Street, the board game, being sold by True Health Forever. Does that make sense? Listen, our customers didn't think so either. They were like, is this a scam? I didn't order any health supplements. I want a refund. I was like, but did you get the game? They're like, yeah, I got the game. I was like, had to give them a refund anyway. Customer's always right. So you want to name your brand after you know what you're selling, after you know who you're selling it to, and you know what problem you're solving. That way your company name, your brand, can talk to all of those things, and it can make sense. Okay, there's a really good book called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. One of those laws is the law of perception. Doesn't matter what's real, doesn't matter your intentions. It's the perception of the customer of what they're ordering, what your brand is, and what the product is. You want to make sure everything is what you want them to perceive. Okay? Y'all good? Question. The book, 22 Immutable. Don't ask me this question. There you go. Immutable Laws of Marketing. It's a really good book. All right, another really good book is Think and Grow Rich. Really good one. Another really good book is called The Third Wave for any technology people. I think there are at least one. And then the last book that I'll give you, because I'll be reading books. The last one was The Third Wave. The Third Wave by Steve Case. It's a really good book about technology, and it talks about cryptocurrency. It talks about the Internet of Everything. And he wrote that book years ago. This is the founder of AOL. Second book, Order. Think and Grow Rich. By, I like the Dennis Kimbrough edition. Think and Grow Rich. A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. That's a really good book, and one of the nuggets I picked from that, he says, the seeds of all riches grow, the roots of all riches grow from the seeds of thought. Right? Everything that you want starts from right here. Your mindset starts from right here. Bless you. Question. Oh, good question. I'm not paying you. He said, where can you buy the board game? You can buy the board game at playblackwallstreet.com. The shirts, playblackwallstreet.com. All right. I don't think I'm allowed to sell to you in here. That's why I'm so glad that he brought up the question. I wasn't trying. Y'all saw, right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sorry, I gotta go too.
So the senators got to go. If y'all still got questions, I'll be here. We got maybe 2 more slides left. But if you're a senator, you got to go. I understand. All right. And then the last book that I'm going to give y'all is called Built to Last. Built to Last. That's teaching you how corporations build up their core ideology, their core brand in order to build lasting businesses. Okay, question. You want to say your name and business? Go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Unique. I'm from Fresno, California. And the business I want to do is, you know how plants or stuff get burned up in the forest and environment stuff? I want to do something like that. Help the environment out and people that lose money.
That's really good. Thank you, Unique. Unique, we got you down here, right next to you, and then in the back. See you in the back, 4 or 5, and then we'll go to the next slide. We'll come back.
My name's Lily. I'm from Markell, California, and I want to have a business to do something with books. But I think that everyone can read, and everyone, like when people say, "Oh, I'm not interested in reading," I'm like, "Oh, you haven't found your books." So I want to help like people find their books from their passion about reading, and also give back to like libraries that don't have books.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. And that's the fact that I was definitely in elementary school, middle school. I did not like to read. All the way up to college. Yeah. Why you put me on that? I did not like to read until I found my niche, until I found what I like to read. And now I read 4 books this year already. 1, and then you're next.
My name is Markell, and I want to go probably want to go to the Oregon State, and what business I want to do is start a rehab center.
Rehab center for what kind of rehab?
For anybody that needs it.
Gotcha. Come on down. Come on down. Daycare. Come on down, shoulder sister. Come on down. All right, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna see if I have one more slide, and then I'll go back to questions. Or are there questions before students highlight their business? Actually, I see you. Any questions? Y'all good? Which slide? 7 step, right? The roadmap for Black Wall Street? Got you. Okay. Other questions? What's up, Vern? Look. Yes, hit it. Sinclair, can you go back to the roadmap slide while
What up, man? How much money did you have to make to like open your business? Like, did you have to save
Great question. So it depends on what business you want to start and your business model. For us, we started off with 20 games, $40 a game, 800, about $1,000 to start our business. Okay? But there's other businesses out there you can start with $0, right? Everyone in here, who wants to start a fashion company? Any type of fashion brand? 1, 2, you can start a fashion brand next week for $0. All right, you go to a website called Printful, printful.com. All you need is a logo. You put it on there, and then you can start selling stuff, and you're not charged any money until someone buys something. Right? So you have your shirt on there for $30. It may cost you $15. I buy it for $30. My $30 gets sent to you. You send the $15 to Printful. Printful sends the shirt automatically to the customer. You just made $15. Right? So there's different businesses that you can start off with $0. If you want to start braiding hair, start doing nails, you just need the supplies, $50. You charge them $50. Now you're at neutral. Next customer, $50. Now you're up $50. Okay? So that's why you want to do your 7 steps and map out what's the product, what do you need, and that's going to allow you to know how much money you need. Okay? It's probably less than you think. Other questions? Go back to the road to Play Black Wall Street.
I did. She's good. Or you got for you.
The board game business is doing beautifully now. Do you have certain metrics you want to hear?
Yes, like, is there gonna be like, what, new editions or deluxe packs?
I wish I brought it up. There is a deluxe. It's called the Masterpiece Edition. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. That game is $100. It is a beautiful masterpiece, though. We work with 15 artists from around the world to actually paint paintings that go on the board. We only made 1,000 of those, and we made it the 100th year after Tulsa's Black Wall Street burned. So we went back to Tulsa. We met with the survivors of Black Wall Street. We presented them with the Masterpiece Edition of the game. Beautiful. So that's one thing we're doing. We also have Play Black Wall Street Academy, where we're teaching people how to start businesses online. So these 7 steps I've been teaching to kids virtually and in person for the past 2 years. We've had 3 to 4 businesses be started from 8 to 12-year-olds. Right? Number 3 thing that we're working on right now is an animated web series or a cartoon where Rose and her little brother Rodney travel back in time and visit Greenwood and meet people in real life as well. So we're growing, we're building. I appreciate you. 1, 2, and then I'm getting the 1, 2, and then I'm getting the wrap up signs. We're gonna have to go. Yes.
When did you finish making like all the versions of them? Like when did you finish them?
I'm never done. We're making versions every single year, but we did the first.
Like the first version, when did you like?
We completed the first version in 2018. Right, so we've been rocking for a little over 3 years. Right, and almost every year we make a new edition. One more time. A sneak peek of the cartoon. Go to YouTube. I got you. Go to YouTube. Come on now. Go to YouTube. Type in Rose and Rodney, and it should pop up. Other questions? Can you be in the next cartoon? You got to audition. The first cartoon we did like friends and family, but then I have a UCLA film student that I work with, and she was like, "Yeah, you're gonna need to hire some professional actors."
Live action.
Live action?
Live action.
Then you just did a nice one.
Okay, so since it's a cartoon, it would be voice acting, right? So where would we have to like audition?
Get our contact information. Okay. I'll get back to you on that. Yes. Huh? This is my wife. This is my queen. We out here building. Good question though. Yeah, that's one. All right, so I'm gonna play this real quick. If you're a teacher and you want to connect with us, the queen is passing out cards. If you're a student and you want to connect with us, the queen is passing out cards. But you can also follow us on Instagram, Play Black Wall Street, and you'll get back to us. But here's a sneak peek of the project we got.
Of the Black History Adventures of Rose and Rodney.
Now it's time to have fun. They will have no idea how much fun this summer will truly be.
Rose, ask Mom if we can go to the movies today. I want to see the new Black Panther. Why did I have to ask? You're the one who loves movies.
Oh, come on, sis. You know your favorites. This is our first time to dip and dabble into animated series. We made the board game back in 2017, built on the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street. And the board game is great for kids 8 and up. But a lot of parents are asking us, how do I get my 4-year-old involved in the history? How do I get my 5-year-old involved in the history? So we wrote a book, right, like History Events wrote Rodney, and now we're going to turn that book into an animated cartoon and eventual series. I love this place. I hope this isn't a dream. Queen, how do you feel about the run through and why is the Black History Adventure Rose Around important to you?
I feel really good about the run through. I feel like it was when you're in Greensboro, the hearts are never cold when you're in Greensboro. Like reading the script when we did have that initial run through a couple of days ago, was even, it was really cool to just see the storyline.
I am the master of time. I am the maker of what?
And when you listen to the book, I was like, what is next? So it was cool to see, hearing it with the different voices really kind of made it come to life. So that part was really cool. And it's important to me, like you said, because the legacy of Black Wall Street and what it meant and what it means, to the communities is very important. I think instilling that in youth. It's like, I'm very excited to see what that can do, right? If they know, like, what this existed, this is, we did this, we'll do this again. Who knows what, the future goes away. Can see what their ancestors were a part of.
Whoa! Is that gold? Rose, is this where the Wiz lives? You watch way too many movies, Brownie.
Boom. So there you go. That's a little sneak peek of what we got going on. So what we did was, we talked about MVPs, right? So this book was like an MVP for the cartoon. So if you want to get into movies, the first thing you got to do is you need to write a script. You need to write a book, right? And then you can then take that book, take that story, and convert it into video. Okay, so we literally these 7 steps are now like what we do every single time we're about to start a business, every single time we're about to launch a product. We go through these 7 steps. They work. Okay, take your time, go through those 7 steps, and I look forward to connecting with you and learning about your business. Okay, I did promise you can go. I didn't forget about you. Yeah, you had your hand up.
I would choose to go to UCLA or UC Davis actually. I want to start a nonprofit animal shelter and have my own veterinarian.
Go. Before y'all get out of here, can I do like one of these like selfie things with y'all? Good. Queen, can I get your phone? One of the selfie things. Yeah, I did it. Huh? I've been dating myself this whole time. I said Beyblades. One. Oh, I gotta. Huh? I wanted to be so. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Oh, appreciate y'all. I'll stick around up here if you have questions, but congratulations on your business thing. See y'all soon.
Oh, thank you very much. So I went to the site and you see where to pay, but I didn't figure it out. Oh, there we go to ask card. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for this. This is great. I'm like thinking about my grandchild. Like, okay, oh yeah, it's so fun to watch. Right. Yes. Thank you so much for this.
The best example I gave you was networking and those skills. And I did take my first half-am class in college freshman year. That's where I learned how to. But I was a sociologist.
You want a card? Have you got a card?
So, board game design, business was self-taught. I wish I knew I wanted to do this, then I would have taken more business, graphic design stuff.
Oh, perfect.
It's still kind of new, but what we do is we games. So I want to get PhD in gamified education, so I can build more games and really like take this into You got a little bit of time, but college is right there, so use it wisely. Pleasure to meet you. We have more questions, so I just wanted to make sure she doesn't forget about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Bye-bye.
I'll have to go to Prairie View with my wages. So I just want to know, like, how do I grab
No, well, last name's Walker. That's just the name of the town. Another word for Greenwood, Tulsa. It was like another nickname for the town.
Because I have family with Greenwood.
Oh.
Okay, now. Oh, I picked this up over there.
Okay, yeah, you can actually, oh, you can take that, yeah. I don't know if you got any children, grandchildren?
Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, my godson is into animation and all this stuff, and he writes, and he writes cartoons and stuff, but he's never been able to get anywhere. So what I wish he could ask. So what would he
So truthfully, how we started this is at first we were gonna like wait to get a whole bunch of partners and try to do this like on a large scale, but truthfully all we did is everybody you saw in this video is a friend or family. So we just recruited everybody and rented out a studio. And so we're down in Southern California, so there's a lot of like podcast studios, but they're all over, right? Where you can just rent the space and you can use their space, their mics and everything to get like a real high quality, voice audio at least. And then all he did is he went online to find somebody to animate for him. And basically they are matching the words that we're saying, they match the animation to it. We just kind of provide the images